No, sleep's for pussies. Don't sleep at all. No rest for the wicked. No, you should definitely be sleeping as much as is possible for you in your lifestyle. I mean, not everybody can get fucking 8 hours of great, 9 hours of great sleep a night, but just make the sleep you can get, which life gets in the way sometimes. Try to make it as quality as you can. If you're snoring and you're a fat ass like I am, or you have issues with, like, you could be a small guy and snore, look into getting a CPAP. You can try that fucking hostage tape shit. I think it's absolute fucking fad bullshit, but there is science behind breathing through your nose, not breathing through your mouth. But I mean, if you're a bigger guy, people watching this channel are more likely muscular people. If your girlfriend or boyfriend, a girl snoring like that, that's crazy. But if your girlfriend's telling you you're snoring, look into getting a CPAP. Do a sleep test, see what's going on, because poor sleep's gonna impact so many things in your life. It's gonna like raise blood pressure. It's gonna make you feel fucking horrible. You're gonna feel tired all the fucking time. I use mine. I got a CPAP, I think 3 years ago now, but I've been using it for like consistently and well for probably 1.5 years now. And it's like night and day. Like I won't sleep without it. If I sleep without it or I take it off in the middle of the night, the next day I feel like shit.
But how many meals a day do you eat, and how many meals a day someone who's bulking should eat?
I would say like I'm on a plan that I follow where I eat around 6 meals a day. I wouldn't call them necessarily all the meals. They're like, I guess they're meals because I'm eating them, but like they're not like substantial. It's not like I'm eating massive amounts, you know what I mean? So I eat 6 times a day. 2 of those could be considered pretty much snacks. One of them's a shake, one of them's like yogurt and fruit. It's not like substantial. But I mean, for someone who's bulking, don't automatically assume that, yes, you're gonna need to eat more calorie, but don't think that just because you need to eat more calorie, like you need to go like overboard. Like if this is where your calories should be, you don't need to be like out here falling off the cliff. You can work your way out to more calories as you're digesting well and your training's getting more intense, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but to just be like, oh, I wanna get bigger, I'm just gonna fucking fill my hole now in my face with everything I can, and it's kind of a stupid way to go about it. Now, I've done it before, and it's worked, but it's a bitch to get that fucking weight off once it's time to like get down, right? So I'm also not a fan of guys strict dieting year round and being super conscious of their food year round. I think you need a mental break from that. Not to say you should go off the rails and just eat fucking Pop-Tarts every fucking meal, but give yourself the freedom in the off season to have foods you enjoy. Have them be integrated into your meals or like into the day. Every week you have it, but just to have that satisfaction of knowing you can still eat what you want to eat. Because bodybuilding is like, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun, and putting on size is part of that process. So yeah, you might get out of shape a bit, but you put on some quality mass when you lean down again, you'd be like, oh, look what I did. As opposed to these guys who are basically dieting year round, keeping their body fat levels so fucking low, which is, if it works for you, it works for you. A lot of kids who are watching this, just talking to younger people, up and coming people, everyone watching these videos who's like a high level person thinks I'm talking to them. It's like, I'm not talking to you. This isn't for you. Like, don't get offended and cry in my comments. It's like for the average person, right? It's like, just don't get offended so easily, guys. Holy fuck. I can even do this lower. I'm gonna do it at this setting because I'm fucking fat. But when you guys get in these leg presses, there's the same cue I've been giving for like back movement. When we do back stuff, I want my chin to be almost tucked down and my head pressure to be like up here. So I don't want to be necessarily like pushing my head back so my chin would lift up, thinking that I'm just trying to push my face back. I want to feel like I'm tucked here and I'm almost pushing up pressure here. So this is my head down and back. It looks like I have a double chin, right? So I'm trying to be tucked here on back movements where I would relax and then I would pull to that position. So I would move my head through this range of tucking in and driving back up through here, right? Same with pressing. When we're here, I'm trying to push down. It's this neck, it's this chin tucked and this head rocking back and pressure up the back. So it's the same when you do leg presses. The same tension applies. We're trying to keep your posterior chain activated so we don't have like rounding of the back or kind of fucking issues where like all of a sudden you jerk or your fucking ass slips out of the seat. So it's like if you guys set up the same way, my idea would be to get myself so forward in this leg press, even we'll do it on that one too. I want to be forward already in a position where I'm pushing my feet through the pad already. So I'm already down, I have pressure in my hips and in my feet, and my head's down and back here, so I extend my legs. So all I did there was literally, I didn't do anything with my body and go and push this thing out, right? My head's here and I'm driving down through, so I'm driving my legs through. So I'm stuck in this seat now. If I let go, I'll fall back. I'm tucking down here into my ab, my chin's back, my head's back. So when I go to pull now, my upper body doesn't move, but my chin and my head stays tight back here, and I drive knees up to me, and then I press. So I rock up and press. So I keep this feeling of almost when I shove, my pressure's going back through here and into my mid-back. So the thing is, I'm driving up and then driving down. So you'll feel when you press stuff that you're pressing down through legs. I'm not going here and I'm going and throwing weight off of me. You know what I mean? It's the same if you set it up over here. So you guys are gonna have to set up your feet fairly low on the platform. Girls too, not just talking to guys. So understanding that if I wanna get a little higher, I wanna get more hamstring, whatever, I might set up my feet differently. For right now, I'm just trying to emphasize how much depth I can get on the press and how much quad flexion I can get. So the same thing here, if I'm sitting here, I wanna start myself forward a bit so that I can be pressed forward, and I'm almost looking through my feet and extending my legs. So we're not locked out in the sense that I'm trying to hyperextend my legs, I'm just pushing my quad out and flexing. So I'm stuck in this forward position. So when I go to push out, I can hold on here, I can hold on wherever I want to hold on that makes me feel forward. I can hold on here and just drive down into me and press up. So things come up to me, out. So I say down and ab, press, press. So to keep your butt from rising out of the seat every time you sit, it should be like your ass drops. So my ass should drop down, my knee should pop up. So it's this and this. My knee's lifting at me, right? So understand that your depth may not be that great to begin with, and it's gonna work its way, the more that you guys get comfortable with your hip mobility and your ankle mobility, right? So keep this tension in mind and do your work that way. Don't let the head go all over the place, and don't keep it pinned down just for the sake of keeping it pinned down. Keep it tucked up and back. Okay? Easy.
You're very particular about where your head positioning is. So like this, where you push your head down, does it make that much of a difference in the muscle growth?
Yeah, like what we just kind of touched on in the leg press and explaining its position on chest pressing and when you're doing pulls for back and shit like that. Even here, like I'm not conscious of what my head's doing, but I'm obviously not like going and looking around. Do you know what I mean? Like you're tying you're kind of locking yourself down in positions to stabilize your body. And this we've talked about 1,000 times. I won't talk about it again, but my weight's on this side of my body because I'm doing this leg. So everything else is in this side too. So I wouldn't be here and be like, do you know what I mean? I'm pinning stuff in accordance to the line that I'm trying to push on. So my chin is down here, but I'm not consciously thinking like to be super erect, right? I'm just pushing out through here. But I wouldn't want this to get hard and go, and you see how much drastic head movement that is, right? Or kicking back. So head movement and head placement has a lot to do with the stability of almost every lift that you do. It's just that's the thing that's the overwhelming issue that I see with people, because you can correct how someone moves, you can correct how someone pushes, you can correct how someone like starts something or finishes something. You can put them in spots to understand stuff. But if their fucking head position is wrong from the beginning, everything's fucked. So I could have you pull really well. You could be doing these pulls, but every time you pull, you go. Or I have a client, every time he pulls, he goes. He can't, even if you tell him, don't stop, like look in the mirror, do not stop looking at yourself, because that would mean that your head didn't go down or up. And I'm like, do not stop looking at yourself and pull. And the guy will be like, huh. You know what I mean? Because it's just the body's natural tendency is to want to like bring things closer. As I have more control of something, the more I cave over something. I'm in this position, I'm much stronger than I am at this position, because something could pull me away, right? So it's just breaking that kind of natural inclination to want to One, when you pull, hands come in when I can't get any more. I want to pull it to me and head ducks, or head goes, ugh, and I pull hands wide and I don't get as much swing. I'm just swinging my arm and lifting my chest, right? So understanding, like, so you guys will see me, I'll put my hand on the back of people's heads and I'll tell them, like, when they pull, push into my hand. Like, keep your chin down, push into my hand, and pull when you're going through. Pull. So they're not driving their head back, they're just doing this little, that's a chin tuck, right? To everyone watching who's like uneducated or really has never thought about that, they're like, man, this guy's just wailing his head everywhere like he's fucking headbanging. It's like, so then when they copy it, or when they say like, oh, I tried your style, I see them doing it and they're like, and it's like, no, that wasn't it, man. Like, that's what you interpret it as. But there was a disconnect in there, man. We lost you along the way, right? Yeah.